10 o'clock. We'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Allen. Here. Green. Here. LaFour.
Here.
Mistrovich.
Here.
Reindell.
Here.
Ricks.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Good to see everybody here tonight. Approval of minutes for the joint meeting with Tifa on November 25th. A motion be in order.
Make the motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also have the city council meeting of December 2nd. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Audience comments on any non-agenda items. If somebody would like to talk to council, now's the time to do it. We hold you to about 3 minutes. We ask you to come to the podium and state your name. Otherwise, I will come to the public after council's done deliberating on any one subject that's on the agenda. Anybody like to talk to council right now? Okay, we'll move on. Adoption of agenda, Mr. City Manager.
I apologize. I do think we have some public comments from, yeah.
Oh,
Do we want to do that now? Okay.
this would be a good time to do that. He's sleeping again.
If council remembers, early or late last year, I came to you with a problem, staffing concerns that we had. And through your discussions, you came up with a solution. And you came up with a resolution to have 2 scholarships awarded to 2 able candidates, people that you could invest in Richmond. They would invest in Richmond. They would spend their time here. We would get a return on our investment. So we sent two candidates here today, Jason Zulik and Ray Trudeau, to the academy. It was the first part-time academy that Macomb had. It was 10 months long, 850 hours. MEMCOLS, the state regulating body, only requires 600, but Macomb goes 250 hours above that. So we get a very good product for them. Really well-trained police officer. They graduated, and they did a Richmond proud. They finished number 2 and number 3 in the academy class in their ranking.
Very good.
So I would like to. They went to class every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and every other Saturday all day for 11 months. So that's quite the. And they had their day jobs too. And in addition to both being reserve officers with us, one was our ordnance officer for a while, and the other one was our emergency 911 dispatcher. So they wore many hats here, already demonstrating their commitment to the city of Richmond. So with that, I'd like to have them come up. I want to come over here and stand right next to Karen. I'm going to swear you in. So with City Council's approval, I respectfully request that they be given the oath of office for part-time police officer for the city of Richmond.
Just raise your right hand and then just say "I will" at the end of the oath. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and I will faithfully perform the duties of office of part-time police officer in and for the city of Richmond, counties of Macomb and St. Clair, and state of Michigan, according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
I will.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Very much.
And I can give them their Mr. T starter set here, so. They don't get to officially put those on until tomorrow, is that correct? Or is that? Oh, put them on then? Okay, all right. Let the bloodletting begin, so.
We'll do it over here.
Oh, gosh, okay, all right.
It's way too much attention for me.
I remember when I was that skinny.
That'd be a long time ago. Well, on behalf of the city council and the people of Richmond, we want to thank you guys. We had to be tough, putting those kind of hours in, having full-time jobs, part-time jobs, whatever it was. And to commit yourself like that had to be tough. And end up 2 and 3. Was it out of 4, or was?
Just 3. Out of 3. No, it was a longer list.
No, that was outstanding. Not to make fun of it, just I like to joke. But that's outstanding. And, you know, we hope to see you out in the cars and, you know, servicing the people of Richmond and those that drive through and those who don't always drive through real well. We like to see them too. But we're sure you'll do a great job, and on behalf of the city council, we appreciate this last year that you guys have sacrificed to become officers for the city of Richmond. And good luck.
Yes.
No, you don't have to stay for the whole meeting if you don't want to. No, I'm just kidding. No.
No, he's not kidding.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Seriously?
You can go.
You can go.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
I got their names, I'll write them down.
No, you have to stay.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys want to have any pictures taken?
But we could send the chief out there with you.
Your mom's gonna want one.
Yeah, go get a photo op, chief.
Yeah.
You guys gonna be here all week? Yeah, we can do that. Okay.
Chief, do you want to? If they want family pictures with you, Chief.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is he here for the MDOT performance?
Get one in front of the Christmas tree.
Okay, we will move on here. Is there a motion for, or adoption of agenda? Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
Council, any changes? Nope. Motion to accept the agenda as presented be in order.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Motion been made and doubly supported. Any discussion on the motion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. There is no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We move on to the public hearing for the Tifa plan. We need a motion to open the public hearing.
I make a motion to open the public hearing on the proposed 2019 Tifa plan at 7:08 PM.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Mr. City Manager.
In accordance with Public Act 450 of 1980, council is scheduled to hold a public hearing to receive public comments on the proposed 2019 Tifa plan that will cover 2019 to 2038. As council is aware, we have spent the last several years working on this plan. Early in that process, we had stakeholder meetings where we invited business owners, our EDC, Tifa, council, and Planning Commission to some of the early meetings on the Tifa plan. The Macomb County Planning and Economic Development Department utilized that input from the stakeholders to kind of put together the structure of their Tifa plan. This included kind of breaking up the Tifa into different character areas, including a Main Street district, industrial district, trailside district, a recreation district, and a school and neighborhood district, as our Tifa is very large and diverse in its makeup. Out of that, we then held a joint meeting with the City Council and Tax Increment Finance Authority to develop a list of projects for each of those character areas, keeping with kind of a lot of the themes that we've done traditionally, facade improvements, downtown improvements, streetscape, infrastructure improvements, and kind of characterized many of those projects into these character areas. And with that, also developed a visioning statement. This plan will kind of cover the years from 2019 to 2038. However, as we know, you can amend that plan at any time in the future. So many of the projects that were listed at that joint meeting, we kept on. We took very few off. Some couple of them we kind of combined into a common goal or objective. But we left purposely left a lot of the projects that were brought up at that meeting on the list so that it would give us the flexibility should we determine down the road to want to do one of those projects. With that, as council's aware, we'll use this plan to help assist us in developing our 6-year capital improvement program, the TIFA's portion of that plan, as well as the annual budgets that TIFA and council adopts. So this is the framework, but then within that framework, we have flexibility.
Is there anybody in the audience like to speak to this? Okay. Motion to close the public hearing would be in order.
I make a motion to close public hearing on the proposed 2019 TIF plan at 7:11 PM.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We now move on to items for consideration, which we have two this evening. The first one is consideration of adopting Resolution 2019-20, the TIFA plan. Mr. City Manager?
I won't go through everything I just said, but as you all know, we've just held the public hearing for the TIFA plan. Prior to the council meeting tonight, the Tax Increment Finance Authority for the City of Richmond also held a meeting where they adopted and recommended this plan to the council for their adoption. One of the key elements in this plan is the vision statement that was prepared for it, which is the City of Richmond TIFA is a dynamic, multi-use district which will unite residents, businesses, and stakeholders in the pursuit of transformative community-based initiatives. And if you look back at the work that our TIFA has done through the years since its inception in 1984 through current, and then as we all hope through the end of its current life expectancy, which is 2038, we anticipate that many of these projects that you see, this building that we sit in, the community center and the park, the road improvements that have been able to be done by TIFA. There's just many examples of good work that our TIFA has done, and we also are able to leverage other financial resources through our tax increment finance capture and keep those dollars within the community.
Thank you. Is there a motion before discussion?
Make a motion to adopt Resolution 2019-20, which adopts the 2019 TIFA plan for the City of Richmond Tax Increment Finance Authority.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? It's been a number of years that we've been working on this with the county and your administration, and it's a great plan. It's not just a plan to be thrown on some paper. It's a good plan, and it's really going to set another good, strong direction for TIFA and for our community. I love it. It took longer than I cared for it.
I'm sure.
We all wanted to see it done, but it's done very, very well. And that's what we want, is a good plan and something that we don't have to constantly amend. But as you said, we can amend it at any time. Things change. It's good today that we approve it, and things can change, as we all know. And we have to be fluid when it comes to that. So I'm very happy, John, that your administration and TIFA and the council were able to work it all out, and the help of the county, and
Thank you.
it's a great tool for the community. And I hope to see that continue to be a great tool for our TIFA area. Other comments?
I'll just have one for those that are listening. If you go to our website, it is on that website. So.
Good, very good. Okay. Any comments from people here? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 2 is consideration of adopting Resolution 2019-21, Michigan Department of Transportation Performance Resolution for Governmental Agencies. A mouthful. Mr. City Manager.
MDOT's requesting that the city adopt the performance resolution for governmental agencies as part of the annual MDOT permit process. As you may recall, back in April, the state had noticed that we hadn't been adopting this resolution, so we did it in April. Moving from here forward, we'll have it kind of at this meeting in December.
Very good, very good. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2019-20, which approves the MDOT performance resolution for governmental agencies.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on this?
The motion needs to be corrected to 2021. There's an error on our
Which is
2019,
Oh, yeah,
2021.
Motion is incorrect.
Yes.
21, yeah.
Should be 21.
Instead of 2019-20, it should be 2019-21.
21.
Yeah.
Good catch. Okay. Any other comments? Any audience comments on this item?
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Honorable City Council members, Jeff Yarrick, State Representative, that includes 33rd District, which includes the City of Richmond. I'm glad to see that you have that turned in. Make sure you get your stuff in so you get your money. I will say that, unfortunately, our governor vetoed the additional funding that we had put into the budget, so there's only going to be about more like $5 billion in road funding. We had about the additional $380 million that we put in there. So please get this in. Thank you. And like I said, we want to make sure Richmond gets its money for all the work it does in keeping Richmond great.
Thank you. Anybody else? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to miscellaneous matters from the city manager. Sir?
I know you'll probably mention it on the calendar, but over the next couple of weeks for the holidays, city offices, including City Hall, Library, and the Community Center, will be closed on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of both the Christmas and New Year's weeks. We do have a drop box located just to the right of the front entrance of City Hall if you're looking to make tax or utility payments. And also, we have online payments that you can find out how to do that on our city website. Just go to cityofrichmond.net, and there's 3 buttons across the middle of the page. The far right button is online payments. It'll take you to a landing page to explain how to make online payments.
Thank you. Moving on to council comments. Jamie?
I would just like to thank everybody for the tree lighting ceremony. It was epic. I mean, it was really incredible. It was truly a hallmark moment. And from the planning to the execution to the physical moving of everything, just thank you to everybody who made it very memorable.
It was a great time.
And Merry Christmas.
Emily?
I concur with what Jamie just said. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Very good. John?
Again, that's a good idea.
Rob?
Can't add anything more to that.
Mike? Oh, wait a minute. Skip. Mayor Pro Tem's always the last.
I concur.
Dennis?
Yep.
Dennis. Michael?
Yeah, I would concur about the Christmas tree lighting. One thing that was really nice, though, was I think it drew a lot, well, obviously it drew a lot more people, as we all know, but actually the businesses that were open during that time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So afterwards, I was able to walk around and go in, and there were quite a lot of people that were milling about, and not just outside, but they were going in. So I know the businesses appreciated that as well. And then, of course, thanks to the administration for all the work on TIFA board and city council as well. I agree, it's a great plan, and glad to see it get done.
Very good. Of course, the tree lighting and parade was wonderful. But one of the things that added to it that the committee didn't work on was the businesses. And so many of the businesses this year seem to have lit up their premises. And especially that block through there, just like it was an expansion of where we were holding the lighting of the Christmas tree and the festivities were going on there next to the hall. And it just, like, what'd you say, Hallmark?
A hallmark moment.
I mean, you could take,
Yep.
beautiful pictures. And there were some beautiful pictures that were taken. Some beautiful pictures that were taken from up above on the 3rd stories down onto the crowd, and just, it was great. It was really nice to see that all those plans and all that work came together, and it can only get bigger, hopefully. So Hats off to everybody that was involved, and the businesses and the homes that we have around town that have taken the time to light up for the holidays. Very nice. I took a ride with my wife the other night, and there's quite a few homes that are, they take a lot of time, and Edison must love them. But the town looks great. We will go to the calendar today, being the 16th of December. We have a retirement on the 20th, this Friday, at the library from 2 to 4. And Deb Fayadellum will be retiring after like almost 24 years with the city of Richmond at the library. And we wish her well. And it's an open invitation for anybody to come by and see her, but there will be a get-together from 2 to 4 on the 20th for Deb. Then the library will be closed starting on the 21st, that Saturday, and along with City Hall and the Community Center through Christmas. They'll open back up the day after Christmas, and then close again on the 28th, the Saturday, and we'll reopen on the 2nd, I believe. We've got to go to another calendar here. Yeah, we'll reopen on January 2nd, and the next regular city council meeting is scheduled for the 6th of January at 7 o'clock right here at City Hall. And short of the city council singing Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year, we hope that everybody does, and we're looking forward to 2020 as another great year and great accomplishments by the entire city commissions and staff and everybody else. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Moving on, there is no closed session. Is there any other business of the city council to be had tonight? And then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
What's been made and supported? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass.